All right, we are live. All right, so I am Elaine at Travel Grandma. And as if you have watched the video that premiered just before this live, you are in the know about a brand new project that I'm doing called Nomads Down the Road. And what we're going to do here is we're going to talk a little bit about that. I have some special guests that are going to be coming on in just a little bit. But first, what I want to do is introduce you to the website, give you a little bit of a sense of what you're not seeing until you actually join. So let me go ahead and set that up for you. And as I get my guests already backstage here, you can be watching the video. Enjoy, and I'll see you shortly. Nomads Down the Road is a place to connect with like-minded people, whether you're part-time, full-time, or a wannabe nomad. You'll want to sign up to create an account. Accounts are free. It's as simple as filling out this form. You'll want to enter your email address twice, your password to confirm it, your name, and what I like to put for the username is something unique to me. So I put Travel Grandma. Notice how there are no spaces. Next, you'll want to select your member type. You can be a host or a member. Hosts have the opportunity to be listed on our map. The proper way to list yourself as a host is to list your city. I happen to be in Laguna Woods in California. Notice how I put the comma in between here, comma, USA. That's the proper way to list yourself. You do not want to list your address for privacy purposes, and the system is built to only accept a city, state, and your country in this particular format. Select agree and create your account. One thing you want to be aware of is when you get that confirmation email, oftentimes it may end up in your spam folder. So check that. We'll sign in by just entering your email and your password. And I always like to do remember me, so I don't have to sign in every single time. Once you sign in, you'll see your name pop up here on the right. I have the opportunity to see all of the pages within this website. You will not see this before signing in. The first area you want to go to is your profile, and you'll want to fill this out. The way that you fill it out is you go to the edit button. You'll see 3 pages in your profile. This part is already filled out. This is the information that you entered upon joining. The next page is about me. You'll want to put your bio in there. And then the next page, if you signed up to be a host, will be the information that you want to provide for members to see on your profile. You'll see a list of the people that you have connected with so far and the people that are following you and that you are following. The host map can be found on the home page right here, or on the top, as well as on the navigation menus here and on this side over here. You'll never get lost. Once you are on the host map, see how this clicks on and off like that? Gives you a little bit more room. Once you're on the host map, you'll be able to see who's in the area that you might be traveling into. Let's take a look. Let's see who's in New Mexico. Click on her pin for her location. You can open this up and you'll see her profile. I am connected with Amy. I can message her here by clicking these three dots. I see her profile, I see her about page, and I see her host details all linked together now. Let's take a look at some of the other pages. There's a newsfeed where I can see all the updates. My timeline, the events, which I'll show you in just a second. Here's a list of all of the members, and this is where you can connect with members. You can connect with them, you can follow them, you can send them a message right here. Let's go back to the events. This is our events calendar. And we have what we call villages. Villages consists of clubs and groups that you can join depending on your interests. I happen to have a local Southern California group where we meet about once a month. I also have a Travel Grandma YouTube community where my followers can connect with me. There's a blog of articles, and any member can submit an article. There is a Getting Started guide, which can help you. We are a self-sustaining community, and your contributions are always welcome. I hope you enjoyed this brief introduction, and you will consider joining our free community today. Okay, so I had an opportunity while it was playing to say hello to some of you in the chat. But what I would like to do right now is actually show you how that works. That's why I brought on some special guests today. So my first guest is going to actually be the new YouTube creator, Cindy of Pioneer Grandma. Let me go ahead and bring her on here and we'll say hi to her. Hi, Cindy.
Hey, how are you?
Good. Good to see you. Good to see you. So I titled this live stream Chat Live with Ladies Who Have Innovative Ideas. So I invited you because I've actually come to know you as a person who is kind of forward thinking. You know, before this video aired, before this chat aired, excuse me, I showed a video of Cindy's van tour, and she has some very innovative ideas in there. But and also started a channel called Pioneer Grandma, and I think it's a game changer. I love what you're doing. So I would like you to share in your own words a little bit about yourself so viewers can get to know you a little bit, and a little bit about your channel too, and how you came to even van life. How did this all come to be?
Well, I've always liked thinking outside the box. Like, for example, I'm going to bake sourdough bread in my Traeger. It's a barbecue grill sort of gadget that my husband usually uses for brisket and for tri-tip and stuff like that. Well, why not bake sourdough bread in it? We'll see.
Oops. Well, sorry. Wait a second. Wrong one. Wait a minute. Let me just keep it simple here. Okay.
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
So watch for the video. We'll see if it works or not. If it works, you'll see that. If it doesn't work, you'll see that too. Because
oh my gosh, you have two shorts. They have perked my interest so much. You did one, I think, where you were in your home baking sourdough bread. I think I mentioned that. I think that the computer has smell-o-vision. I could just like smell it. And then what did you do? Just a couple of days ago, I think you posted one where you did it while you were traveling in your van. Oh my gosh.
I did it in a Dutch oven over coals in a park I stopped at. So, and I've got a video coming out tomorrow The weather was pretty cruddy, so I mixed up all the bread and everything sitting in my minivan.
Okay.
So, you can do it wherever. But so that video will come out tomorrow. The one on the Traeger will be out soon. We'll
What's
see
the
how that works.
trigger?
It's a barbecue smoker grill sort of thing. You can smoke brisket and stuff in it,
Oh,
and you can control the temperature. So I think I can bake sourdough bread in there. We'll
okay.
see. Watch for
Awesome.
it.
Yeah, definitely will.
So people have always thought I was a little odd anyway. I didn't have any friends that liked to camp until January when I came to Quartzsite and met you.
Mhm.
And now I have all kinds of friends. It's been wonderful. You and Nomads Down the Road have made such a difference. And the
Oh,
other ladies that I met in Quartzsite, it was wonderful. So my friends back home say, you want to camp by yourself and you want to sleep in your minivan? Oh, that's kind of odd. And
yeah.
my theory is, okay, so you take a grandma who likes to camp and travel and who likes to be prepared in case of emergencies and who loves learning and wants to know how to do all those old skills like bushcraft and spinning and weaving and camping and of course sourdough baking. And so I do stuff at home, I do stuff on the road, I do it wherever. I think maybe I'll go bake in Walmart parking lot. I don't know.
Mhm.
But so you take somebody like that and you throw them in a minivan. Well, what do? They turn it into a camper. And for
Mhm.
me, it's kind of like my modern day covered wagon. I don't know.
Mhm.
We're going
Mhm.
to have fun. I've just had a blast.
But how did you get the idea of turning your minivan into a camper? Where did that come from originally?
Well, I had surgery just before COVID started on my foot, and I couldn't be on my foot for like 9 weeks.
Mhm.
And so I sat and watched YouTube videos of people doing all the things that I wanted to be doing. So I was watching people like Bob Wells of Cheap RV Living and Dee of Ladybug Out.
Oh, yes.
Let's see, Carol of Glorious Life on Wheels, and Jan of Butterfly Tracks.
Okay.
Bunny Plays Here, Ishana, Blue Wonder Lady, and of course, Elaine of Travel Grandma. You guys were all so inspiring and made me actually believe that I could
Mhm.
do that.
Yeah.
Um, and there's all these new gals coming out and new guys coming out. So Deb of Traveling Gypsy Deb, um, Katie of Doofus Adventures, and Patty of Van Life While You Can. That's encouraging. I just
Yes.
because I'm old doesn't mean I can't do it anymore, right?
True. That's true.
Anyway, so it's made a big difference for me, and I appreciate it so much. I've gotten so many ideas from all these wonderful people online.
Mhm. Well, I'll tell you what, Cindy, I have a little surprise for you. I
Okay.
have a special guest that I don't think you know is coming on, do you? You know Liz is
Um,
coming on. Liz the Gadget Queen is coming on in just a little bit. But
I met
before
her at Quartzsite.
yes. But before I bring Liz on, I would like to bring another special guest who who is also on the Nomads Down the Road website. She has a village that she started
Oh, cool. I better go look.
for her YouTube channel. So right there, it tells you she's a YouTube creator, right?
Yeah.
And she started about a year ago.
All right.
And I had met her, and I'd like to introduce you to, and I think you probably already know her because
Okay.
you mentioned her name.
Did I?
You
Okay.
did. You did. So let me bring her on. Here's my surprise guest, Jan of Butterfly Tracks.
Hi.
You've been such an inspiration to me.
Oh, that's nice to hear. That's so
Oh,
nice to hear.
do you
Well,
want
I
to get?
remember,
Do you want to
If
get
I could do it, anybody could, right?
no, I remember watching one of your videos in the very beginning, I think it was, and you said something about I remembered that I could fly.
Yes.
And that was so cool.
It's not big. I think there's like a whole new women's movement I'm seeing of older women who have the time and the ability and maybe not a lot of money, but it's finally our turn. It's finally our turn. And it's a movement. There's so many of us. I'm finding so many women on the road, and I'm meeting so many women in the meetups, and they're all so enthusiastic. And even so many thousands of women that I haven't even met yet that I have commented on my Facebook page or especially on my YouTube channel comments. And they are so enthusiastic. And I think they recognize that I feel just what they feel,
Yes, you're real and you share that. That's very cool.
And that it's this deep desire though that I can't even explain for myself, let alone for others, but I feel it in them and they feel it in me.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of sharing, one of the reasons that I wanted to bring Jan on was because Jan has had a successful channel. I mean, it in 1 year, she has gone from 0 subscribers to 20,000 subscribers.
Oh my.
Yeah.
So it was a bit of a surprise that I think it was after the third video that I put up in just like 3 weeks, I was monetized.
Yeah.
And then of course it's been up and down since then.
Yeah,
mostly up.
I've been monetized in the very, very beginning too. Mm-hmm. I'm almost at 10,000 subscribers. I should probably hit that this month. But you have like boom, blown up. And I am so happy for you. I seriously am. And I would love for you two to have a little chat. And maybe Cindy might have some questions as a new YouTube creator. And maybe you can you have a little bit of advice for her as far as maybe some things to consider moving forward.
Right. Well, watch YouTube videos on YouTube channels. There are so many of them, and you'll know the ones that relate to you. It could be something like lighting, or editing, or storytelling, or promoting your channel, and all that is great. And they always say to put up at least 1 video a week. I know Elaine's very good at being organized, but I'm a butterfly. We don't fly in a straight line. And I kind of randomly put them up there. Whenever one hatches out of the cocoon, it goes up. And so I'm not, they used to say like and subscribe and, all that. I don't do that either. Some of my very first videos, at the very end, I said thank you for subscribing and liking, but at the very end, when a lot of people have clicked off, I would put that. But I don't, all those things aren't necessarily, it's about you. It's about you. It's about you being you. There's not a lot more to it than that. Really, it's not about thumbnails. My thumbnails are very organic. I almost always take just a video out of, a screenshot or a snapshot out of the timeline. I just find a frame I like and I put a title above it in the timeline of my editing software. And that's how I make my thumbnails. I don't go into I'm not recommending that necessarily. I'm just saying that you can do it all kinds of different ways and still be successful if you're just you. Yeah. Just being you, tell people how you feel. I wish I was one of those who could sit and talk to the camera like a lot of people do. I can't take the camera and walk around and show me while I'm walking, because I get dizzy and I don't want this to end, and I refuse to fall down and break it up. I can't walk around and do that. I can turn the camera around and show you what I'm seeing, but I can't look back and forth to the camera and look down at the ground when I'm walking. So you won't see me do a walk and talk. But I want, in my channel, I'm trying to get people to feel what I'm feeling, not just what I'm seeing, but what I'm feeling. And any way you can do that will work for you. So it's not about thumbnails. It's not about, you'll develop your way, and there's no wrong way. It's just about the people feeling the real you. That's my best advice.
Oh, that is wonderful advice. I forget to do all those things myself. I never say, subscribe, except in my little promo thing that kind of comes up that I actually did not create myself. I had somebody on Fiverr create that for me. So you can get some help like that.
Yeah.
And I very rarely say, give me a thumbs up. But you know what? Since you're watching this right now, give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. And also, if you go over to, I haven't used this very much yet at all, but moving forward, we're going to be using the Nomads Down the Road YouTube channel. Okay, I'm still doing the Travel Grandma channel, but there's going to be a brand new, and it's there now. I just set it up. Nomads Down the Road, YouTube, I don't know, .com/nomads down the road, something like that. You'll find it. Or just ask me and I'll direct you there. Okay. What we're going to do is we're going to start putting up some videos there. But because it's not my website, all the videos are not going to be about me. They're going to be about you and whoever else wants to share within our community. So within our community, whoever has something that they want to share, whether they have a YouTube channel or not, we will get you onto our Nomads Down the Road channel so you can share. Okay?
That's amazing. That's amazing.
So with that said, what I would like to do is bring another one of our guests on. I would like to bring the one, the only Gadget Queen, Liz. Yay! Hi, Liz.
Hey, Liz.
Hi.
Liz
Hi.
was one of my original 10 women to actually put the Nomads Down the Road website together. I could not have done it without her and without the other ladies that for months, we met about once a week, I think, Liz, sometimes a little bit more. And we talked about what would a website look like? What does our community need? What are you missing? Okay. And one of the major things that was missing was when we travel, where are we going to park? Mm-hmm. A lot of us cannot afford to park at campgrounds all the time. Mm-hmm. Plus, a lot of campgrounds, they don't even want us. They don't want us camping there in our cars. Mm-hmm. And so there was 10 original women, and I'll introduce you to them, not today in this live, but at another time, that talked about how can we create an all-inclusive community, not even just for women, but for men and women, and how can we help each other? What kind of resources can we use? What do we have to offer each other? How can we share? How can we build a community that we want? Okay. Mm-hmm. Liz was a major part of that. And Liz has a program called, you know what, Liz? You share. You share. You share.
Well, the program is Share the Land, and it's part of the map that we have in Nomads Down the Road. So that means that if you're a member and you want to be a host, you can do it too. You don't have to own the property, If you have, and hey, there's a place here that you could stay here. You cannot stay in my house, but you could stay in, I don't know, a Cracker Barrel, or it's a nice, I don't know, rest area near me. That info is important when you are on the road looking for a place to stay and it's getting dark. You know what I mean?
That's right. Let me say one thing. So Liz came to visit me. Now I live in a condo in a gated community, and she came in her RV when she came to visit me, and I could not host her here. I hosted her when she came in her car one time, but not in her RV. So there is a campground, I think 10, 15 minutes up the road, isn't it, Liz?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And she stayed at the campground, and I went up and I visited her, and I actually drove her back to my house, and we had the opportunity to visit each other. And I was providing her a safe place to stay while she was in the area. So to be a host, you do not have to have a home with a curb or a driveway or land or anything like that. Of course, it's wonderful if you do. You don't have to. So Liz wants to make it known that if you have land, that's especially attractive to us, because then we can hold some meetups there. Everybody wants to have meetups. I know Janet's been hosting a lot of meetups in the Florida area. And you're going to be hosting a little bit more meetups, aren't you, Jan?
Yeah, I'm going north. I'm going up the East Coast this year. And I'm going to take my time because I could be in Maine and if I drove straight through pretty quickly. But I want to have a meetup in every state along the way. And by the way, because I was nervous, and that's why what you're doing with this map is going to be so important for all of us. I was nervous going up the East Coast because I had heard that there are no places to stay, no free places. I mean, free places are very cheap. So I am in a cabin right now that I got through Thousand Trails Cabin Pass, and I wouldn't have done that if we had that map completed, And once we get that map, I'm hoping I won't need to do that again next year. But I really was nervous about not finding a place. So this is going to be a really wonderful service across the country, and I hope everybody supports it.
Wonderful. And also, on the website, there is an events tab. And if people are going to have meetups, and it doesn't have to be a YouTube creator, it can be anybody can have a meetup. Liz is not a YouTube creator, although I feature her on my channel a lot of times. So I feel like we're kind of partners in that way. She shared her land with us for my very first meetup last year in Colorado. Was wonderful. We had like 40, 50 people show up. We had such a great time. We hope to be able to do that again in the fall when the weather is nice up there. So if you have land, let us know. Let us know about it. Let other people in the community know who want to have meetups. Anybody can have a meetup. A meetup can be as small as just one other person meeting for lunch sometime that you met on the website. Okay?
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm finding from my meetups that I'm having that women are coming for their first camping trip. They're nervous. They get there and they right away are starting to feel very welcome and make lifelong friendships. And one of the beautiful things is that we're seeing them branch out, like two people who'd never met each other before are now, they're branching off into their own little meetups, and that's ideal. They're just two or three of them are getting together. Which way are you going? I may even do some caravanning as I'm going north.
That's
And if I don't see it, we're certainly not going to follow each other, but we'll do Google location sharing, and we'll like plan to maybe sleep in the same place. I kind of consider it parallel caravanning, certainly not following each other. We're going to meet at this tonight. You go your way and I'll go mine, and then we'll meet together, and we'll also do location sharing for safety.
Wonderful. That happened at our meetup too, didn't it, Liz?
Yes, that happened. Yeah.
So what else happened at the meetup, Liz? Let's talk a little bit about it. You shared your land. Actually, it was your cousin's land, right? But you also have land.
Yeah. My cousin have 5 acres. It's a little more foresty area. Some regulation in the community, blah, blah, blah. But we covered that. And then I have 2.5 acres, but it's more, less foresty, less woods, but a lot of mountain views and a lot of flat. So you don't have to even worry about leveling, your rig or whatever you're driving is pretty good. But it's dry camping. So we have to bring everything. when we did the meetup in June, in July, what we did is that I got the 300 gallons of water. We bring the porta potty that everybody was using it.
Yeah,
We,
they were using it all right.
yeah, you remember that.
That was boot camp, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. So the thing is that, and then we have the trash pickup, and we have the central kitchen. That was good because of fire hazard. We don't want people cooking in their rigs if they're newbies. So we want them to share, the skills, cooking skills too. And we did that a couple of times. So that was awesome. Then. The only thing that we don't tackle, and I said that for the next meetup, if we don't have it, we should tackle that, is to create the showers. So we could have an area instead of going to the gas station or my house or my other house to have a shower. Then, I think that we could do that for the next meetup. At least on boondocking, because it was really boondocking what we were doing there.
Yeah. And we experienced it all. We had rain, we had heat, but we had a lot of fun, didn't we?
We have emergency room.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had 4 emergency rooms. One of them was mine.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah. It was so much fun.
Yeah.
Well, let's go on and see who's in our chat. If you ladies want to go to the comments, maybe we can talk to some of the people who are here. I see. Let's see. Oops. Did I clean? Oh,
you lost Jan.
Jan, I'll ask Jan. Jan, come back if you want.
Jan.
Yeah, we did. We did. Okay. So who do we have here? Do you have any questions? Oh, Honey and Me. Here is Susan of Honey and Me. Hi. She's on Nomads Down the Road. She has a village on there as well. Good to see you, Susan. Let's see who else. Does anybody have any questions? Oh, here's Anne of Fueled by Wanderlust.
Fueled by Wanderlust. Yeah, I saw that. I have a little bit of delay on my tablet. I don't know why, but I tried to fix it, but I have a little bit of delay there. So
okay, well, you're fine. You're fine, Liz.
Okay.
Somebody was mentioning that I should write a book on 50 places to make sourdough bread. That's a great idea.
What about 50 videos on how to make sourdough bread?
Well, you have to have the videos along with it. I think it's Wanderlust or bust. Thank you for the suggestion.
Yeah. Okay. So Nancy of Inspired to Wander, she's also on the Nomads.
I am.
Anybody coming to Northern California this summer? Oh.
Interesting.
That's my area.
Maybe. I would love to see you again. I seriously would, Nancy. We'll see. I'm going to spend a little bit of time. I'm going to go to the Grand Canyon and then spend a little time with Liz and maybe Jan too. We'll see. Let me get Jan back up here. You just popped back on. Jan.
Hey, I wanted to see the chat, and I hit the chat button, and I went away.
Okay. Can you see it now, though?
I can't see it now.
Okay.
That's okay. I'll let you read them, and I'll respond if you want me to.
Okay. You see how Inspired by Wander, she put the 2 Q's there? That's a little bit easier for me to see than just to read the comments. So if you have a question, please do that. And Tim, if you're still here, I don't know if Tim is still here. If you see a question, can you put it up for me?
There's somebody asking any tips for I-10 West. I'm heading west soon. Depend on what part of I-10 you are taking. So van life with Labradoodle. Any tips on I-10? Taking I-10
let
West?
us know where you're heading, because I am in Southern California.
You need to say where you start
Oh,
the
starting
I-10
from Florida. She's starting from Florida.
from Florida. Okay. That's the way I'm gonna take for going back home because I'm stuck in Florida for a month. I'm doing a house sitting, my brother's house, uh, Dolphins fan. So I'm taking I-10, and then I'm gonna do I don't want to do in my RV the area. There's a lot of construction on New Orleans and Baton Rouge and all that area. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cross a little bit of Mississippi, not too much, and then take 20, avoid that area, that busy area, and then go down again on 10. I don't know, around Dallas area, and then go home from there.
So Sharon, remember Sharon and Cinnamon from the retreat?
Yeah,
She's the one.
yeah,
We did the masks with her. That was so much fun. Remember the masks
yeah.
we all put on? Anyway, she's saying, Liz, is the retreat in the fall going to be on the same property we were on last year?
Mm.
Probably not, right? You're going to have it on your land instead?
Well, we could do the foresty area, but
Yeah, but you know what happened last time? They almost kicked us out.
yeah. Because they were thinking that we were a homeless camp.
Yeah.
Oh,
I went, I went all Puerto Rican on them. I'm like, no, dude, do you think that,
Yeah.
homeless camp will look like this? Pacificas here, hybrid, $65,000 RVs. No, we are not homeless. We are just women that we want to have fun.
Yeah. So that was cool. So I
Yeah,
would like to have it on your land, though, Liz. Let's do your
yeah,
land.
we could have it in my land, and I think that the way that I'm planning when I get there, I'm planning on putting solar on the shed, so that way people could go and charge their battery there if they have to. And then I'm gonna bring the water, and I think maybe the finance help. I might have a permanent composting toilet there, just for the use of us. I'm sorry, that's Friday. She had to say that she's here. Stop Friday.
You know what, Liz? So here's the thing. I think at your meetup we spoiled everybody. I mean, we had porta potties, and you took them to your house, and we did showers there. They went to the lake. They were spoiled.
Somebody left her panties in my house just in case. Black panties. So yeah.
So maybe we should do a little bit more dry camping. Still have the trash. Showers, I guess we could do showers.
Yeah. And we could build the showers too, because they're not that difficult. It's just we were not, I don't know. We're looking for convenience, and there's a way to do boondocking, and there's a way to have all the convenience at home. But it's your first time, and I understand they need to learn. It's like I told you about that lady that I met from North Carolina here.
Yes.
There was a lady that she lost her husband a year ago, and she bought a new Sienna, and she wanted to start, and she came down to visit family here in Florida, and then she was looking at a state park, and there was only one spot, and I was behind her, and then when she said, "Oh, I'm in a van," and then the woman said, "This is a tent site. Do you have a tent?" And she said, "No, I don't have a tent. I sleep in my car." And I look at her, and I was like, "You have a tent."
Yeah.
And then she's like, "No, I don't have a tent." I said, "You have a tent." And she's like, "No, I don't have a tent." I said, "Well, then you don't have a tent then." So what I was telling her, then after she lost the spot, and they don't give it to me too, she said, "But I don't have a tent." I said, "Get a tent, one person tent, and put the freaking tent there, set it up, use it as a storage, and sleep in your car." Because state parks, they will not allow you to stay in your car. At least that one there. They already told you, So those are things that we need to learn. So people, and then she was like, well, I could stay in. And then I told her about Crackle Bottle. So that's where she stayed at night.
Oh, good for
At a
you,
Crackle
Liz.
Bottle. Yeah. So
Let's get a look at this. Well, are the meetups mostly boondocking? No, not necessarily, because we're meeting at park here in Southern California, actually next Tuesday and Wednesday. So that's a local park regional campground here, and that's
O'Neill?
not boondocking because they have facilities there. They'll have free showers and bathrooms and things like that. And then
water.
she says
Yeah.
she's brand new to butterfly tracks. And she thinks that Liz, those panties should become a flag.
Oh dear.
They're nylon. So yeah, but not because you could do a boondocking, dry camping, nothing. Now that I have in my RV, I've been doing a lot of boondocking because I have now solar. But even with that, I still saving my solar, just in case. And I have my power station everywhere. And, I try to connect here and connect there and charge this and charge that. So, but yeah, we try to have at least, a bathroom so people don't have to, use their skills in their bands. You know what I mean? But I think that, yeah, we could, we've been doing sort of boondocking, and then on O'Neill we have everything but no power, but you have everything. You have water, you have bathroom.
Yeah.
We are trying to get them if it's, if the price is right too, because, they have to make money too, So the campgrounds.
So this one maybe is directed to you, Jan.
I can't read it.
Okay, this is from Janice, and she said just joined a few minutes ago. Any meetups on the East Coast?
We have one coming up in a couple of weeks, but it's full. They fill up like instantly. I don't put them on events because we usually have limited space. So you can't just click I'm going and then just go. We have to we can't have 50 people show up if you only have 25 spaces.
Yeah.
And we don't want anybody driving from a state away or 2 states away and then, we're full and no. So we do pre-register everybody. And this one in April is full. I want to have at least one a month and in every state. So the next one's probably going to be in Georgia. And I'll be having meetups at least one a month as I go north, with Maine as my bucket list this year.
And are you going to add them to the events page on the Nomads Down the Road website?
No, I really can't. I mean, once I announce them within hours, I am swamped with requests. And, I have to turn people away. So I really don't need to announce at other places.
Okay.
I wish I could, but like I said, a lot of ours are only 25 to 30 people, and can't take any more because there's really no place to park another vehicle in some of them. I wish I could. I'd love to have a huge one. We need to have a women's Woodstock someday.
Now
Yeah.
Someday.
Yeah.
Well,
Someday.
Hey, you know what? If not now, when?
Yeah, right. Soon. Maybe.
Soon. Let's do one soon. Let's talk.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
There's a question. They said if I have a YouTube channel. I have a YouTube channel that Grandma got for me, but I'm sorry, I'm not a YouTube creator. That's okay.
It's a lot of work.
I am open, so if you need a video of any gadget, you let me know.
Awesome. Yeah. She's not exclusive. We're not exclusive of the Gadget Queen. And awesome. All right. Any other questions? We've been on for just almost about 45 minutes. Okay. And
someone asked about somebody asked about sourdough cooking, doing sourdough bread over coals. And that's the video that's coming out tomorrow.
Awesome. Awesome.
I think that was Ramona.
Do you have any other questions, Cindy, about your channel or about ways that maybe we can help you?
I want to figure out how you guys grew so fast. What you attribute that to? Jan?
Well,
my
I
first video is my very, very, very first video. The one where I just threw a ottoman in my van and I bought a dresser on Amazon and a bunch of stuff I didn't need that I don't even have anymore. That is my number one video.
Really?
Number one. And that's the video that basically monetized me within a couple of weeks.
That's amazing.
You
What do
they
you
want to
think?
know what you're doing and how you're doing it. Anything that's helpful, any kind of tips that you can give, just showing them what you're doing, showing them what doesn't work too. I mean,
Yes.
don't. I mean, I've had quite a few tips and tricks and gadgets and whole gadget shows and that kind of thing. But you know, it'd be kind of nice to have one that says "Don't waste your money on" category.
Mhm.
Because I have dumped a lot of things. I didn't even
Yep.
want, some of them I didn't even want to give away, you know. So I think that's good too. It doesn't have to be all products, though. Um, it could be anything you're
Yeah.
doing,
The
anything.
good, the good and the ugly too, because it's true. Sometimes you buy this stuff because work for somebody, but maybe you bought it and you're like, that
Yeah.
don't work for me. You know?
Yeah.
So Jan, do you
Mhm.
think that what kinds of your videos do you think have been the most popular?
Well, of course, van tours are, but
Always.
the
Always.
way that I do, and that's true of any channel, I bet you. I'm sure it is.
Yes.
But they don't want to know just about how you put your bed in there. They want to know, who is this person on the road? What are they? Why are they here? How are they doing this? You know, they want to know about the person. They want it to be personal. So in any video that you do, make it personal. I don't care if it's gadgets.
Mhm.
You know, you need to express how you feel about things and what you're seeing, if you're excited. I'm a little tired of the van life sucks genre. I'm
Yeah.
kind of over the van life sucks genre because it doesn't for me. I mean, I couldn't make one. I could have some days that suck, but van life does not. And I've been doing this since December of 2021.
Ah,
So it's well over a year, going to be going on a year and a half soon. And I'm not doing the math. Sorry. I'm trying to think of what to say next, not the math. So I don't know how many months it's been, but it's been a long time and I love it. Now, I wish it was just the temperature. The temperature was perfect every month of the year, all the way across the United States. Then I could just go wherever I wanted. I feel restricted because I don't do winter. I don't. I'm, you know, there's a Florida, Arizona kind of winter competition, I guess. I don't care that much for really heavy winds that will sand my beautiful new car either. Because a
no.
lot of cars, if you look at the cars that live out there, they get a little sandblasted looking. So Florida has it over that kind of in a way. But, you know, I wish I could travel all the time. Until I went to your meetup, Elaine,
Yes.
which was in July, from December all the way through December to July. I traveled every day, with the exception of when we were in the Redwoods. I traveled
that
every
was
day.
so fun. Remember, that was such a last minute thing. I was meeting Liz. We were going to go camping at the Redwoods. And before that, we actually met at Lonnie's house.
Yeah.
Lonnie has a channel. What's Crafty Traveler?
Yeah.
And so we met there, and then we found out that you were in the area. Well, kind of close by, with
Not
within
too close. I had to break the speed limit a little to get there.
What did it take you, 4 or 5 hours? I called you up.
Yeah.
And you came by, and the three of us caravanned up to the Redwoods. It was so much fun. I mean,
Yeah,
it was
beautiful.
It's just making those kinds of connections.
The connections. You have to start somewhere. You have to reach out a little bit.
Yeah, and that's what Nomads Down the Road. That's what
Yeah.
we want to create on Nomads Down the Road.
It made the difference for me. I
Yeah.
have been wanting to do this for 8, 10 years.
Mhm.
And I finally got my courage up because of your website. Then I knew that there was somebody, several somebodies, that was going to quartzsite to the RTR
Yes.
that I could say, okay, I've seen your video, and I walked into your camp because you said where it was going to be. And
Yeah.
I was scared to death, but you guys were wonderful and so friendly. I hadn't had the courage before. You guys gave it to me.
Yeah. So one other thing that I would say to you, Cindy, is read your comments.
Yeah.
What are people asking? Those are the kinds of videos that they want to see. Answer their questions in your video.
Cool.
Yep.
Okay? But we are all here to help each other.
That's the neatest part.
Yes,
Everybody's so
yes.
friendly and helpful.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jan. Thank
Well,
you,
it's
Liz.
100% all the way across everybody I've met.
Yeah.
You know, if I go to when I was traveling every day and I would go to a city park or some park somewhere, there were many times there. It seems like in my experiences, there are pretty much more women solo than there are men. I don't know if anybody else has found that. But we've been doing for other people for so long, and it's our turn. And there's so many women that maybe sometimes it's even too late for them, or they have other commitments where they really can't go for one reason or another. And they are living vicariously through us, and they are
Yes.
welcome to ride along virtually.
I did
They
that.
absolutely are.
Yes.
And here's the thing. It doesn't matter if you're full-time like Jan or part-time like me and Cindy and Liz, or if you're just a wannabe. You are welcome. We welcome you with open arms, and we're there for each other.
A lot of it is you find sisters on the road. That's what it is.
Yeah. And there's men too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's
Not in my meetup, so
Well, here's my kind of distinction. When I say it's going to be a meetup, it's going to be all inclusive, men and women, because men have a lot to offer too. I mean, Tim helps with like van builds and stuff like that. He helped me so much with my latest van build, and he helped. Oh my gosh, a couple of other women. Kat, I think, just came down from Northern California to visit him last week. I missed her, but I hope to catch up with her. And by the way, Nancy, Aspired to Wander, I think she's up in your area in Santa Rosa. If you guys want to connect, she's I can't remember her last name. I'm sorry, Kat, but connect with her. It's Kat. I sent her up to Spring Lake to do some camping up there. But anyway.
Well, Tim was mentioning in the comments that he helped somebody build a bed platform.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, it was Kat. Yeah. And then Carol came over, and she just bought a brand new van, and he helped take her seats out. And
cool.
Then, so she's got that. And I mean, we just help each other. Well, at the quartzsite meetup, we built 2 vans. It was a truck. Totally. We went to Home Depot. We got the wood, came back and built it in like 2 days. Yeah. And helped Deb. Deb has that other high top. And help her rearrange her bed a little bit. So we just like help each other. It doesn't matter if you're men or women or whatever. Everybody is welcome. So
that's something else though that I have run into as far as having just women. We sort of have a genre in our meetups. It's kind of a genre. Like when I say van tour, it could be an overlander, it could be a car, it could be anything. When I say van tour, it could be a trailer one time, because on my channel, that's a genre, is van tour, a van tour of a car. And then also with my meetups, they're not very often, but occasionally there are some women who need to be very private, shall I say, that, and so it's in my world, it's been women only. And someday, I'd like to do one that's all inclusive, but so far it's been very important for them to be able to shall we say, let their hair down.
Right.
You know,
No bra zone, right?
yeah, thank you. I wasn't going to say it, but that's an Elaine thing, a no bra zone. Yes, yes, yes. You can wear one or not, but it's still a no bra zone.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. This is what I was good. I don't think I finished my train of thought. Because I'm getting old and it's like I lose it sometimes. But anyway, I wanted to say that when I say meetup, it's going to be men, women. It's all inclusive. When I say retreat, it's usually a women's retreat.
Ah.
Yeah. Anyway.
Okay.
Well, let's see if there's any other questions. Does anybody else have a question? I don't want to scroll all the way back. So right now, if you'll put QQQ and write your question, I may have missed it. We will stay on just a couple more minutes to answer. If not, we'll go ahead and end this chat because we're just coming up on an hour here. And that's,
oh my.
Yeah. I know that Jan's going to be packing up to go on to her next destination. I'm leaving on Tuesday to go to our campground. So let's see. Okay, here we've got one. So did I click on that right? There he goes. Oh, Debbie. Hi, Debbie. Good to see you. This is, oh my gosh, what's the name of your the mothership, right? Finding a spot for a meetup. Okay. So Debbie is going to be, she's one of our hosts on Nomads Down the Road. And she wants some advice about finding a spot for a meetup. It's not always easy, I have to tell you, because
where she's at.
I believe she's in Utah. I think she's in Utah.
Yeah, it says Central Utah.
Google is your friend.
I'm sorry?
Google is your friend. You can look up group campgrounds near me or in an area that you want to have it. And both private group campgrounds, various, all kinds, hopefully will come up for you. Just look for group campground. I mean, if you want raw land somewhere, then that's a whole different story, state by state. But I've been having really good luck with the National Forest group campgrounds.
Oh,
yeah, that's where I've been having them, and I can reserve it. Usually they're private with one road in, one road out, at least in Florida, where there's a gate you can lock at night. They've always had facilities, nice hot showers and toilets and a pavilion of some sort. And those a lot of times are, well, so far they've all been limited. There's one place where we could have 100 people, but I still kept it to 40 because we wanted it more personal and, intimate and being able to really get to know each other. But there was 100 van meetup there at the place near DeLand, 100 women in 100 vans.
Okay.
A really nice big screened in pavilion. So I've had it in several different places. My next meetup in April, just over the Georgia line, just into Georgia by 5 miles, is an RV campground. It's a private RV campground. And I called them and asked them if there was a way we could set up a group meetup. They were so nice and so accommodating. They're going to put 2 vans, like cars, minivans per RV site, paved RV site with full hookup, water and electric. So they gave us a good group rate. And it's a little more expensive than some of the other things we've had, but they have a screened in 24-hour heated pool.
Oh, wow.
And a little lake with paddle boats that are free. And, they have a lot of really nice amenities there. So, you can still check with RV parks too. If it says resort, don't bother if it says resort, because that's kind of like pinky in the air,
Yeah.
And but it's not, it pays to check around to all sorts of things.
Yeah. I just
natural forest.
A campground to check out with Janice Beck, who's going to, while I'm gone, she's going to be taking over and she's going to be setting up a lot of meetups in the Southern California area. We like to try to have one at least once a month. So we went to check out a couple of campgrounds, and we went to one by Julian called Agua Caliente, and that was a hot springs, and they had an indoor hot spring. So that was fun. So you just have to kind of check around. But here's the thing. These are things that we can discuss actually on the Nomads community because there's a news feed there. Okay. And we can have a lot of discussions in there as well. So I've got a couple more questions that I wanted to kind of get to. One was Wiggy said, how do you feel about pets in van life? Who has a pet? Liz, you have a pet. You have a dog.
But Jan have she have 2 dogs one time. Now she have only one, but
only one.
Yeah.
But it wasn't that much more trouble to have 2 than 1. I mean, you still have to protect them. Summertime is the hardest. I recommend above 7,000 feet in elevation for pets. New Mexico State Camping Pass really is a wonderful deal. I used that quite a lot last year. So while everybody else was sweating and complaining and sweating, I had 70-degree days and 40-degree nights. And I'm wondering, what are y'all complaining about?
Cindy,
I know, and I met other women who were there because of their pets. And that was in New Mexico in their state parks, where you can get a $225 annual state pass, which is good for 13 months, including the month that you buy it. And you can camp for free after that for 1 year for 13 months. And if you want electric, it's $4 a night. And you can stay nice and cool through the summer, and it saves you a lot of money.
In New Mexico?
New Mexico State Camping Pass, yes.
Yeah.
But that is if you are not a resident of the state.
Yes.
For resident is cheaper.
Yes, I think last year it was 180, if I remember right, if you are a resident of New Mexico. Either way, it's a good deal if you just use it a little bit.
It's a good deal.
You pay for it right away. And $4 for electric. So that's kind of hard to beat that if you want to beat the weather, because latitude won't do it, elevation will.
I think the general rule of thumb for bringing a pet, now I leave my pet home with my husband to keep him company while I'm gone. Plus, I'm be honest with you, I think it hinders me from going to some of the places that I want to go to.
It will.
I don't bring our dog, little dog Frankie, cutest little thing, but I don't bring him. Cindy, do you travel with a pet? You didn't bring one to Quartzsite.
I bring him sometimes.
Okay.
I'm still getting used to. I want to make sure he's safe. Okay. So I want to get used to how to accommodate when it's too hot. I'm not going to go in a store and get groceries. Yeah.
Well, what you have to do on that is you have to be the first one at the store earliest in the morning. You have to look at the weather, and if it's going to be hotter this morning and then and better tomorrow morning, then you go tomorrow, not today.
Okay.
Or another things that you can do, you can go in the grocery store and get a few things there, and you can come back and you can turn on the air conditioner and go to the dollar store and separate where you're buying things so each one is a little quicker. But if you go super, super early, it's cooler. You put up your window covers, leave the car running. You can do that. So those are just some, split it up, if you're traveling, if it's really hot, just get the bare minimum. Maybe tomorrow morning, get a little bit. So just make sure that you set an alarm if you have to, because you can get a little lost and time wise in a Walmart or something, right? But that's what you have to do.
Yeah.
Okay. Have you had any problems with people not harassing you, but being upset because you left your dog in the car?
No, but I do need to get a sign. I've been saying that for 1.5 years now, that says electric vehicle, AC is on, dog is cooler than you are. So
and not only hybrid, my new car, the Ford Flex, I could leave it for 1 hour with the AC running, only on the battery. He's running on the battery. But yeah, I remember seeing that sign at I what's her name? Deb. She have a sign and she put it when she have to go, so that way she leave her little dog inside. But she have the same like you, a Pacifica too.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But yeah,
It used to be.
going early in the mornings,
Yeah.
or late at night. Park in the shade, stuff like that, and be fast. Your dog is there. Don't take forever. Go buy something, come out, like you said, give him a break. Make sure that he have water, that he's been walked, and everything. Everything is gonna be fine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the window covers are really important. The biggest heat or cold exchange is through your windshield. So window covers, reflectics are really important, and they have to be a priority. I mean,
Yeah.
Carolyn's RV Life, she has advertised. I think it's
Yeah, the waggle.
Wags, a little
Yeah,
app.
the waggle. Yeah, the
Yeah,
waggle. Yeah.
Waggle or Wax, and I haven't got one, but
Mhm.
I mean, I haven't shopped for clothes. I take my chances and order them online. I'd love to go shopping for clothes again, but I haven't done that in a long time.
Yeah,
Uh,
Carolyn has a great channel. I really like watching
Who?
her.
Yeah.
Who?
uh,
Carolyn's RV Life.
RV
Okay.
Life. And let me tell you, when I was in Arizona at Quartzsite, I've been there since December 14. There was a lady in a tent. She have a car. She was in a tent and she have a parrot,
A
Oh,
Oh,
parrot?
that's
a
cool.
bird, a bird. She have a bird,
Uh-huh.
and she take him around and fly him, and then she put
oh.
him in the perch, and he goes inside. Yeah.
Let me tell
So
you the
you could
ideal
bring
pet for
whatever you
summertime.
want.
There's an ideal pet for the summertime that you won't have to worry too much about the heat. I used to have crested geckos in a
Oh,
beautiful display case. They're the cutest little things. They have this little permanent smile. They have these big round eyes. They can't scratch you or bite you or hit you with their tail, and they move slow. They don't skitter.
oh,
Okay.
They're actually adorable little creatures, and they love the heat.
Yeah.
um, they don't take much space either. No, I really wouldn't. I don't know that I'd want to take one. I mean, I love the cuddlies.
Yeah.
yes. Sadaka
I
is
love
my
the
But,
cuddlies.
Prozac.
Cindy,
I
so
like a companion.
Yeah.
Cindy, when you're not with traveling with your pet, you leave her home with your husband. So Cindy is
Yeah.
she's a solo traveler as well. Right. And
Yeah.
one thing that we did do, I had put up a video. We had a little panel. What were there? About 5 of us. Cindy was part of it.
Yeah.
When we were in Quartzsite, we did a little panel on married women traveling solo.
That
And
was fun.
I thought it was a great video. But from that video, we got so many comments that what we decided to do is start a village about talking about it amongst ourselves. So there's a village on there that says solo
Oh,
women traveling solo that you can join and continue that conversation if you happen to be a solo woman, married solo woman, and would like to chat about that. So it the villages are not just about they could be about anything. They could be about crafts. If you love to quilt, start a village about quilting. Get to know other quilters. Have a
I think
quilting
it was
meetup.
5 villages.
Yeah. It's yeah, it could seriously, if you like to hike, start a hiking village. I cannot do it all myself. I would like to do what I'm going to start doing now is if somebody hasn't already started a local group like in their state, at least their state, I'm going to go ahead and start one for you guys. And then if you live in that state or travel through that state, go ahead and join it. But I'm not going to run it. You guys just handle it yourselves. I'm just going to put the place there for you. And then if you're
Okay.
in that state, like Colorado, I don't know if there's one in Colorado yet, Liz. I'll start one in Colorado, and whoever's ever in Colorado can join that. You know what I mean? I just started one in Arizona because I'm going to be traveling through Arizona. I want to know who's in Arizona.
Yeah.
So yeah. So let's get to just a couple more questions. This is a really good one. How do you stay fit on the road?
Well, first of all, I got to say that because I had the worst. Well, it wasn't luck. When you've traveled like I was traveling every day, and you have a dog, you have a pet, and you can't really, especially in the summertime, just run into a restaurant and take your time. And you travel cheaply like I did, where you are not paying for a campground. You are in parking lots, Cracker Barrels, truck stops, that kind of thing. You don't just whip out your cooking gear and in a parking lot. And I do recommend, and I did do it sometimes, going to a park where you're meant to have cookouts and picnics and things. So you should do that. That's what I should have done more often. But I was just so amazed at seeing everything. That's all I wanted to do. I was a sightseer, not a camper. I was a sightseer. So when I'd pull into somewhere and, drive-throughs, don't do that to yourself. Figure out a way not to do that. Smoothies, rice cakes, protein bars and bananas, anything you can do not to go through drive-throughs, because I'm wearing them to this day.
Yeah, one thing that made a huge difference for me was getting an e-bike, a small e-bike that folds up and I can easily take it with me. That made such a huge difference. On that particular trip, I lost some weight. Now, I have since gained it back, but I'm going on another trip with my e-bike again. So I'll, use that. And Liz, I got another e-bike. It's almost like the one that you have that folds in the middle too, because the small one didn't fold in the middle. Okay. Now, it's been raining a lot here, and I haven't been able to try it out yet. So I'm going to try that when I go to O'Neill.
Okay, cool. Because let me tell you, in Quartzsite, I tried my bike, and that was too rocky for that little bike. The fat tires bikes, they were awesome there. But I got rid of that one, so I had the little one.
Well, mine's like yours. So we'll be twins.
Size. Okay.
Here's another one. Is healthy eating costs expensive? Everything is expensive now.
Yeah.
Seriously. So I went up to actually Walmart last night to get stocked up for my van. I found to buy frozen vegetables there because I have a freezer in my van. So much cheaper than even the dollar store. I used to go to the dollar store to buy the little packets and stuff like that. But now that they're $1.25, I ain't doing that. Well, guess what? They were like 88 cents, the same packet at Walmart.
Huh. Okay.
And, so I'm going to be coming out with a video of how I packed my van up. I started it, but then it got dark and I couldn't finish it. So I'm gonna put that one up this week about that and give you some ideas of what I'm planning to bring with me and eat on the road. So hopefully that helps you out.
I have a new suggestion, something new that I'm going to be trying.
Okay.
And those freeze-dried foods that you can get, they're already in a recipe. I can't use those because those are just full of salt, and they got all kinds of other things in them probably too. But if you look at Harmony House, and you can get them on Amazon, if you open a package of corn or potatoes, they have individual ingredients that you can make recipes of. They also have some things that are mixed, like different kinds of soup that are freeze-dried when they're fresh, so they haven't sat on a shelf a long time. You don't need refrigeration. They're very lightweight and compact, and you can use like a rice cooker to rehydrate them, and you can make your own recipes. And when you see onions or corn, it's only onion. That's the only one ingredient, not preservatives. There's not salt. So it saves you space, and it ends up being cheaper because you don't throw away a bunch.
You don't
Mhm.
have peels.
So I recommend, looking into that. It just, you can get a little tiny rice cooker to rehydrate, make your own recipes out of. I mean, it's just add it to your arsenal. It might not be the only thing. What I found that they do rehydrate into a good consistency, but what I miss is their little tiny bites, little tiny little pieces, which is okay because it still tastes good. But after a while, you get tired of all these itty bitty little pieces. You just want a little chunk of like a potato or something, but add it to your arsenal, look into it. And I think it's a healthy choice
Right.
and makes sense.
Liz showed her rice cooker at when we were up in where did we do that? I think we did that in the Redwoods, huh? But
The
anyway,
Redwoods.
I'll have a video also coming out from a long time ago, Liz. Remember when you showed your pot, your electric pot?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was when you were down in California a while ago. That one's
Yeah.
going to come out too this week. I'm going to put that one up this week too. So make
This
sure you
time-
watch that one.
This time when I went to Arizona, I packed a lot of dry freeze food: a chicken, a beef, a vegetable, mixed vegetable, and fruits. I ate all the fruits. I ate all the fruits with yogurt. I don't even hydrate them. I just mix them with yogurt, with cottage cheese every morning. That was breakfast, something easy. And then you put them in the bags, Mylar bags, so that way they stay fresh. With they come in cans, they come in bags. I was using the ones that Colleen used in our meetup.
Oh yeah, those were really good.
Abuson farms, they're from Utah. There's a couple from Utah, different brands that are very good. And the good thing is that you don't need refrigeration, and like you said, Jen, you just open it. If you need boiled water, you just boil water and put it there. So there's a lot of ways that you could save money instead of going through a drive-through, or going and order something in Chili's or whatever.
Yeah.
And that way you could control the budget, and that's something important because hello, when you're a full-time, you spend a lot of money. I think you need to save money here and there.
So Anna, fueled by Wanderlust. And by the way, if you have any car mechanical problems, Anne is on Nomads down the road, and just shoot her a message. I'm sure she'll be able to help you out. Anyway, she says hiking and joining the gym. Yeah, I belong to Planet Fitness. That was another thing that I did on that trip that I lost a lot of weight, was join Planet Fitness. And you can take showers there and stuff like that. Now, a lot of people don't like Planet Fitness. They do have, I must admit, they do have a little issue with their shower situation because they have slippery floors.
Yes, thank you.
I don't like that either.
No, that's dangerous. I want people to know that you have to be extremely careful. If you go into the locker room, where it's not wet, they have a non-slip floor. And you go into the shower area, and I swear they found the slipperiest floor that they could possibly find, and it's dangerous. It's really dangerous. Wow. I still have it, and I use it rarely, but I still have a membership. I can't work out there because Coco, the dog, but it is, I have used it as a shower, but boy, be careful in there.
But the massage chairs are so good, aren't they, Jan? Remember when we were today?
Oh my gosh, yes. The hydro. I like the hydro one. I like them both.
I like the regular one.
I like them both.
Adele says, I just started doing resistance bands, and that's a great workout to have by your rig. That is a great idea, Adele. There's a lot of instructional videos on YouTube. Really helps build the muscles. That's very true. And dancing around the campfire is always fun.
Oh yeah, belly dancing. Yeah, for sure.
Belly dancing? Yeah, we did that at one of the meetups. You do belly dancing at your meetups now too, Jen?
Yes. Yeah, we do. Awesome. Of course we do.
Yeah.
And not only that, but if you like step aerobics, you can take a small step with you or find a step wherever you are. And you can do that with a video also. It's good to do right there in your campsite.
Great idea.
Let me scroll down here just a little bit more. If you have a question, put QQQ so I can spot it really easily. Let's see if there's anything else, because we're like about an hour and almost 20 minutes here. So I think we're going to go ahead and end this. Let's see. Da-da-da. Oh, it says here, Sharon asked, I didn't see anything on Nomad's website about, Patagonia. Is that still a future meetup? No, it is not. I'm not going to be in the area in order to do that. But I tell you what, I can give you the name of the campground that I was going to have it at. And if you're in that area, I'm sure you can give them a call and get something going there. The owner is on Nomads down the road as well, and I can direct you to her.
Cool.
A lot of resources on the website. I hope you will join it. It is totally free to join, and we would love to connect with you. So I'm going to say, see you down the road.
See you down the road. Bye.
Safe travels.
Nice to see you guys.
Nice to see you.
If not now, when?
When?
When? Don't
When
wait.
is now?
Yep.
Just do it. Do
Yep.
it with what you have.
That's true. Yep.
Keep it simple. Yeah.
Keep it simple. Do it with what you have.
All right.
Thanks so
Bye-bye.
much.
Bye.
You're welcome. Bye.
Love your haircut.